Hello, everybody. I'm the one with many voices, and welcome to a game called Banished. Now, I want you to observe this for a moment, as I'll only be on this screen for a few seconds longer, because I really just want to jump into the game and get to the nitty-gritty. Right. I'll get into the map settings later down the line again. For starters, I'll put the Mapseed in the movie description in case you want to join up and build on this map yourself. Now what you see here is the starting for the easy settings, but this is the starting for the medium settings, which is the one that I'm using. Alright. Before I'm gonna jump in with my commentary, I am in fact quickly going to throw in a couple of things right away. Like so. Like this. Like that. That means that you are here. Nope, not there. Sorry about this, but I want to have a proper start. And this road goes down to here. That road goes to here. And this road goes up to here. Then, forestry area. So, I've got quite a bit of experience with this game already. So, I'm going to blitz through the first part a bit. And I'll explain everything once I have it set up the way that I prefer. So, bear with me for a second. There. And then lead out to there. Got that. There. Gatherer. There. Herbalist. We'll put you here. Quickly a cup field of 9x9 and a cup field of 9x9 with beans, there, houses along the lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But pause this one for a second. Pause this for a second. That exists, that is correct. Then I quickly want to have probably the most important building of all. Skill. Here. Blacksmith is important too. Throw you here. Tailor. Throw you here. Brewer is not important right now. Got that. Woodcutter. Throw you right here. Do you have everything? I stop you. Put a little road. I see. Try that again. So this will be the blacksmith. Right here. And the tailor would be right here. And then I can set this road around like so. And that'll have to do. Except set up big is this? 6 by 4. And then lastly, right there, 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 there. Pause you, pause you, pause you. Keep you on. Keep that on, keep that on, keep that on. One extra farmer. And set there. Alright, I think I've got everything sorted for now. Except that I want this to be prioritized. Right, so forgive me for doing everything as fast as I did without any commentary, other than I want this like this and this like that. Keep this to 100, keep that to 100. No, not 1,000, but 100. This to 1,000, and this to 50 for now. Alright, so what I've just done is set the resource limits for logs to 1,000, the fuel, which in this case is firewood, to 250, tools to 100, clothes to 100, and food and alcohol to 99999, whatever. Alright, I've plopped down a couple of houses on this side with a road going over there. A road goes over to here into the forest. This is what I call the forestry area. Other players may call this a green zone, because this area is gonna be green. Forgive me, just gonna take a sip on my drink. For me, a forestry area or green zone consists of the forester's lodge as the center, because that will indicate where I will allow and where I will not allow my buildings to go. And that's why I still have that on screen paint like that in the corner, so that I know where that is. It has a gatherer's hut, which will gather food like mushrooms, onions, roots, etc., and berries. It has a herbalist, which is gonna gather herbs to cure your sick, and it'll have a hunting cabin, which will hunt deer to create venison and leather. This is a storage barn. On the medium setting, it will have 30 hide coats, 40 iron tools, and 1800 potato. You've got your stockpile, which carries 120 logs, 60 stone, 40 iron, as well as 200 firewood. Now, the visual indication difference between firewood and regular logs: the dark brown is the regular logs, the light brown is the firewood. The light grey is stone, the dark grey is iron, like that. Now, I've popped down, I'm gonna pause these for a second, a tailor over here is gonna take hides, as well as wool, which we'll be getting later, and turn them into coats. I've got the blacksmith, which is gonna take logs and iron and create iron tools. Without tools, your people will work less efficient. It will take longer for stuff to get done, and they're gonna hurt their hands, because they'll have to bang nails in with their hands. Over here, I've got a schoolhouse, which is probably the most important structure, so I will prioritize this too. A couple of houses. I've got me woodcutter over here. Woodcutter will take a single log and will create either 3 or 4 firewood, and we'll get into the difference later. And this is a fishing dock, which obviously will catch fish. Now, I've got 2 crop fields here set to beans. I can choose currently between bean and wheat. Bean actually houses or holds the highest yield possible when it comes to crops. So hopefully my labourers are gonna work on the roads first, and move the stuff over from here. I want this out of here. I'll actually move it back over to here, right next to the storage barn, because I think like this I could fit in another house, or not. Probably not, and I'll have to increase this size a bit. I'll have to look that up later as time goes by. Alright, so sadly the school wasn't done on time, and it resulted in Varnish and Cologne becoming adults. You start out on medium with 10 adults and 11 children, and at the age of 10, without the school, a child will become an adult, and by default adults will be labourers. But with a school, hence why I've prioritized the construction of it, but sadly it takes a little bit of time. With a school, at the age of 10, a child will become a student, and I do believe at the age of 18, it will become an educated worker. Without a school, at the age of 10, a child will become an uneducated worker. Now, as I mentioned, as an example, a woodcutter will cut a single log in either to 3 or 4 pieces of firewood. An uneducated worker will cut it down into 3 firewood. An educated worker will cut it down into 4 firewood. And that's why you want to have your school down as soon as possible. At least I do. Because educated workers just work more efficiently. And our school is done. Sadly, logs is low. So you've got your removal of structures, as I've done with a stockpile over there. Resources. Just the trees, which I'll do for here, here, and over here. Just the stone, which I'll do over here, and there too. And just the iron, which I'll do over here, and here, and here. A single piece of stone can go as well. And if you want to remove everything, stone, iron, and trees, within a given square, just select that and do that. Your roads, now I've actually used this already because I misplaced the road a little bit. You can cancel everything. Now I do hope that they finish the dock soon enough. Well, I've got 2 fields of beans coming in, and soon we'll have bits of fish coming in as well. So, Canis is the last adult that is uneducated. From this moment on, as you can see, this person, this child, is age 9. Still a child. But once 10, you'll see that... there you go. Ralphion has become a student. Age 10. Right, I'll need 4 fishermen. I'll try to go heavy on food. I still have a few builders. A few people that are homeless. I'll unpause this one. Alright. So. Now if you want to see which person is your woodcutter, for instance, there you go. So Nell is gonna be our educated woodcutter, age 17, and as I think it's a he. As he's educated, he's gonna cut his logs down into 4 firewood. I've still got one house left. Do need a bit of stone. So what I could do is prioritize the gathering of the stone. Ah, we're already at that stage. I love the music of this game, by the way. I hope it's loud enough for you. There you go. Student, student, student. That's what I love to see. Now, as time progresses and your people do stuff, they're gonna run through their tools. And eventually, their tools are gonna run out. So you will want your blacksmith built. Also, just for the sake of it, I can do a... No, wait, I'll start with the houses first. 1, 2, well, pause them for now. So I can see what I need for storage. But I'll have a little storage here. Just a little storage here. Actually, I'll have a big storage here. So that I can then, once again, remove structure. That. And we're gonna see this for a while again. As my people are moving over their stuff. This means that there are not enough resources for any job to be done. So currently there are no logs in storage. But now there is. Let's step on. Now also a fun thing about this game, I'm gonna be making fun of the names. Here you see the deer coming in, grazing. Herbalist? No, I want the hunting cabin. Only one person building that one, please. Now this, one of the trickier things in this game is balancing your people. Your laborers, you always want laborers. Because if somebody dies, it's gonna get replaced by a laborer. If you have no laborers, there's no one to replace that person that died. And hopefully we won't see that for quite a while. Reserve of stone is low, that's fine. Now, you have enough resources over here to get the hunting cabin done. It's currently early winter. We still have 218 food. Benefit of the fishing dock is that it will keep on bringing in food year round. But there is a thing called extinction. You can overfish, and eventually the fishing docks will start producing less and less. And I don't know exactly when that happens, but it happens, sadly. Now we're just missing stone over here, so let me grab this little bit of stone, and just for the sake of it, this little bit of iron. Our hunting cabin is done. Now I do prefer to have 4 people hunting in total. First, for starters, we're gonna do 2, and we'll have 1 builder. Because we only have 1 building left to construct. There you go. All of the resources have been delivered. And as you see, the foundations. And it requires 90 work before it can be done. Or as I like to call it, taps with a hammer. Just a few taps. And who are you? Teresia. Alright. So work hard, get that blacksmith done, and we're done. Right. Okay, now adults want to start living together and produce babies. So gradually, you want to start expanding. It's currently spring year 2. We already have a few people that have become adults. And I really want to start living together and produce offspring. Now, what are we lacking? Logs. Aye. Logs is a thing we are lacking. So I'll just throw these bit of logs in. And that bit of logs. That too. A reserve of stone. That's been sorted for now. As you see, we're left with 16 tools. Now, the skill is also very important when it comes to tools. An uneducated worker will create more brittle tools that will break more easily. Uneducated workers who use their tools will go through their tools a lot faster. So if you have an uneducated blacksmith giving tools out to uneducated workers, they're gonna run through tools super fast, and you're gonna end up without tools in something that people like to call a toolpocalypse. And a toolpocalypse usually leads to the downfall of your town, if you're unlucky. Because without your tools, everyone else is gonna work less efficient. You're gonna get less food in, and less food will mean less to eat. People will start starving, and people will die. That's basically the gist of it. Now, if you're running out of stone on the surface, you can build a quarry. Now, a quarry is mighty large, and as you can see, it fits perfectly over here. However, there's a thing called happiness, made by the 5 stars over here. If people live too close to a quarry or a mine, they'll become less happy. And as I see that the health has gone down a little bit, I think after this house, I'll get the herbalist going, and the herbalist was down here. And as you can see, we're only barely scraping by with the food. Now for now, what I can do is stop the work here and make you into a labourer. Alright, we've got the house. Time to set the thing in motion. There. Now this is that there is a job available, but nobody's doing it. This means there are no people assigned to said job. And that's perfectly fine for now. Reserve of logs is low again. For fuck's sake. Oh. Accidentally did more than just logs. There. And guess I'm gonna have to strip this bit of land of all the trees for now. Because logs are in high demand. I have to keep my eye on this number here, the amount of firewood. In case that gets too low. Ah, look at this. Ralphon has become an adult and has started working as a labourer. Our first student. Kaelin, Elshidon, Glorine, Ralphon. At the age of 17, apparently. Not 18. Now, let's see, early winter 2, Herschelon, you 17. Alright, so now it's confirmed at the age of 17. And as you can see, we're only in year 2. But he went from being 10 when we just started out within a year to age 17. So time flows really different in terms of aging up of people in this game. Don't pay attention to that. But it's a good thing now that I know. So 7 years of a student to become an adult labourer. And that means that I can put one person back into here. I'll set one herbalist. And next up is the Forester's Lodge. I'll unpause that. 2 to 4. Can do another hunter. One more builder. One builder here. One builder here. And unpause this too. Alright. Well, we've got a pretty solid foundation. We're still struggling for food, despite the fact that I have 4 fishermen and 2 fields of beans. Sadly, once a field of beans has been harvested, it becomes dead. Now, I am gonna try something. Now, normally I will make my fields 9 by 9. But for next year, I want to try 11 by 11. For beans. One person. As you can see, 3 people. Oh, you're set to 2. That's not good. Alright. Now this means that the amount of that the limit of resources have been reached. So right now I've got 101 tools in storage. And that's a good thing. I actually don't want any more tools. Five builders needed for? Aye. That. I've got 3 builders. Let's spring. And no, these deer are not eating the beans. And you can see the yield increase like crazy here. Alright, the forester is done. I want 2 foresters in. Foresters will start planting trees and cutting them down so you have a steady stream of logs. Lastly, I still want to spend for now. I'll place you over here. I want the amount of stone. And the amount of iron in this place completely cleaned out. Might as well get this bit of stone. Because the more place you have for trees to be planted, the more wood you'll eventually have. Now the downside of beans, despite the fact that they grow the fastest, they also you also go through them the fastest. As you can see, it's late summer and these crop fields are already being harvested. This crop field hasn't been, because it hasn't had its full yield yet. But it's getting there. I think when it comes to beans you can do 11 by 11. 10 by 10 for sure, but I think 11 by 11 is possible for beans. The rest of the fields, I'd suggest keep to 10 by 10. There's one type of thing, or a couple of types of things that I haven't talked about yet. Your orchards. $15. Ah, beach. And your pastures. Well, I can't do anything with the pastures just yet because I don't have any uh, animals for the herd. I do want one of you, and we'll do one more laborer. Now, peach is used for two things: food, as well as, where are you? Here, for the tavern. But for now, we're just gonna have food, because orchards take a little while to grow and mature before you can actually use it to harvest. Alright, so we definitely have lost out on some of the crops over there. I think when it comes to beans, you want 10 by 10. I'm guessing. It's good to experiment once every while. 10 by 10. One in between. And 10 by 10. We'll do beans. Ah, there's the magic number. Actually, do I want that? No work. I think that the things have been planted. So now it's just a matter of maturing and growing before they can be harvested. So we have enough firewood, we have enough tools, not anymore. And we are starting to have people do stuff. More beans, and we'll do like that. So. Now that we've done all of this, I think it's time for a few more houses and see where I want to expand to next. This map, this bit looks actually a little different from what I remember. Because yes, I have played this map before, that's why I chose this map. But I guess I'll have to do. The best way to expand is to take your Forester's Lodge, pin it, and see where you can place down another Forester's Lodge that doesn't encroach on your own Forester's Lodge. And that still has enough area on the ground that isn't elevated or doesn't have water to do the rest. Now if I built a bridge here, I could actually have a nice little spot over here. Yes, it's encroached by the river. Well, it's not really such a big deal. As for here, it's small. I could develop this into a market or something. Do another fishing dock here, a fishing dock here, and then your trading post here and here. Could do some stuff over here. Alright, so it's spring. Farmers have set their stuff. Starting to grow. This is starting to grow very, very slightly. If you pay close attention, you can see it grow, but it's just not enough. So now we've got a steady stream of logs coming in, of hides and venison, of herbs. As you can see, health actually increased a bit, and even some other things for food. Mushrooms, roots, and people are eating everything else. You can even see what a given house has in terms of stock and storage. Quite interesting, actually. Alright, are you harvesting? Not yet. And why is your yield lower than this? What about you? You're almost done. You're almost done. Now, I think all that's left is just to make a house or two more, which I could place here and here. Now, one thing you have to know is that you don't want to expand too fast. A little roundabout over there. 90%, 70%. Summer. You're already harvesting. And we've got another labourer. That's good. Alright, you're harvesting in late summer. That's good. How much stone do I have? Let's get the tunnel. It'll be a little faster to get through here with a tunnel than without. And as for resources, just clear out this entirely. Now these are actually herbs, not small trees. And these are mushrooms. And these are, I think, onions. So that's just more food. Winter year 3 firewood was low. What I'll do is I'll increase that to 300. And I think I was correct. 10 by 10 for bean fields is the perfect size. Aye. Late autumn, the field is clear. So, that means that I can get rid of these two fields. And set an additional 2 fields over here. Also 10 by 10. So, once again, 10 by 10. 10 by 10. And the roads in between. Now this is a little finicky. If you have something that needs to be removed, where you want the road to be, then by default the game is gonna go around where the road is gonna be. Well, like this, it doesn't matter. There. Now 4 by 15 for an orchard is the perfect size no matter what kind of orchard you have. And for now we're just waiting on to here, and to there, to there. Ooh, what's this? Aye. Alright, let's get you into building. I need a tailor. Luckily, the construction was all of the resources were nearby. I had enough resources, so the laborers went full on in there to get everything sorted. Now, could I potentially fit another house? Ah, no. R to rotate your buildings, by the way. 1, 2, 3. 1. Ah, bollocks. For fuck's sake. Either way, something I prefer to do with spaces I can't use, stockpiles. You never know when you're gonna need stockpiles. There you go. People were naked. No need for that. 40 minutes, we're still alive. We're at 300 fuel limit. Now, as you can see, because the majority of the stone has been removed, and they're currently also working on the iron, there's a lot more spaces for trees to grow, so the foresters will actually make trees grow there. But I actually prefer that they hurry it up with this area. Alright, that's another house done. Yard and Trevonte have become laborers. In. Yeah, this one. And I'll set one person back to this one as well. Work. Work. Mean. There. One, and 1. Perfecto. Now if I want it, which I'm gonna have to do eventually, is set up another fishing dock that doesn't interfere with the other one, but still has enough space to work with. Sadly, this is not that useful, but I can do this. But for now, I won't. Alright. So that is getting sorted out. We're now making clothes again. Do I have? I have plenty. Alright. Now, because I'm working with disasters, one of the disasters that could happen is a fire. Since this area is close to the water, the villagers will just run to the river and use the water from there. However, this area is a little bit further. So if you build a well, which takes 40 stone and 4 wood, your citizens will run to the well and get water from there. Now, I don't think that food will be a problem for a little while, which is a good thing, of course. Yeah, I get rid of the stone. Aye. Do I have berries? No. 6 builders. What else do I have building then? 4 there. Oh, house. Well, the reserve of stone is low again. I've got plenty of stone. One person needs to be there to build a house. So I'd say we've got a nice little starting town. Self-sustainable. As long as I keep up the gathering of Seraph stone and iron, I think that I can just let this area grow out, get all my people working in, The forestry need 2 more people. The gatherer's hut still needs 3. I could potentially do another herbalist and 1 more hunter. So for now I've got plenty. I don't have any more coats, so that means that I will put in another hunter right away. There. And you'll see this a lot more often. I think one of the last things that I'll try to do is take advantage. Let's see. Where's the hunting cabin? I don't need you for now. 216 stone. Aye. This building is the town hall. The town hall is exactly that what you think. It's the town hall. I'll place you right over here in the middle. So you go nice right around there. Our health has increased even further. Happiness is still maxed. And we had our first death of a weak heart. Now as you can see, our only labourer has replaced our fisherman. And since I had no other labourers left, I had to remove 1 builder and make that person a labourer. Well, this house is done as well. Remove the resources from here. And look at that, we've got plenty of food. A bit of variety with the fish, as well as all the stuff that the gatherers do, as well as the venison from the hunters. We're full on tools, which for now is fine, as I mentioned before. How many tools have you made? Something you can see as well. I believe this, 16 tools last season. How much firewood? Oh, 336. Plenty. Lastly, I want a trading post right here. So this is where you'll fit. I'll pulse you for now. Throw in a road behind here. And around. Oh well. It's not fully symmetrical. But okay. Now the best thing about the town hall is that it doesn't need anyone to work there. It just functions on its own. Now occasionally I have to keep my eye on the time because I want these videos to be about an hour long. Because I have an ultimate goal in mind. But I add another gatherer. Now look at this forest. All of the iron has been removed, all of the stone has been removed. And I'll look at what's left. As a matter of fact, I think, since I know I'm not going to be using that stretch up here, I'm going to remove the road. There. I can do stuff with this area still, without encroaching on the forest even further. Right. Now, the town hall is your basic overview, but more expanded. And your graphs, since we are 6 years, start out with nothing. Feed, it's going all over the place. But as you can see, in the last 2 years, we've sustained enough food for the population with our beans and our fish as our production has done. Now, nomads is a thing that I will not be using this playthrough. Nomads are a good thing because you suddenly get a massive influx of people in your town. But the downside is adult nomads will always be uneducated. And as I've mentioned before, uneducated people are bad for plenty of reasons. Now, I think I can also put in the trading dock for now. Oh! Our first peaches! Our first batch of peaches. I think it was like 3 years before that happened. We've got a bit more food variety even. How nice. Now, could I potentially put another... No, that doesn't work. Well, I could if I put it right next to you, but I don't want to. And over here? Nope. But I could do it here. 14, 15. Another peach. One more person. And, oh! This warning! The storage for produced goods is near capacity. That means that you need another storage barn. And since this is now a prime area for resource gathering, I'm gonna put my storage barn right here. Our storage barn actually has 2 exits. One in front, one in the back. And as such, I can even put a house here. So we're not going to do nomads. We can see what we have in terms of seeds and other trade items. I haven't used the wheat yet, but I'll get into that later. You can set your production, so that would be this window. That's in here. This window is in here, more expanded, as well as this window right over here. Everyone is clothed. Only 89% is educated. But that's because we had a few people become adults before we had the school. We currently have 4 students, 26 adults, 18 families, and how many homes? Or 19 families, and it seems I need a couple more homes in order to satisfy that need. I think what I'll do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll throw in 5 more homes. Like so. Now our trading dock is complete. Now in here you set what you want to put in your trading dock. Oh, I remember the magic number now. 782. So what I want for my woodcutter, 782 as well. Now you may be thinking your fuel limit and what I want to have in my trading dock are equal. Why do you want to do that? A fun fact that I learned is that your trading dock takes priority over your own storage, your own stockpile. Also, what I want is 100 venison. Venison is a very good trading material, just as firewood. And now we can start to receive boats for trading. And once we get there, I'll discuss more on what is what per se. Reserve of firewood is low. That's, as I mentioned, because the trading post takes priority. But we don't have any logs. So since I still have that open, I think I'll harvest this bit, that bit, and that little bit, as well as that, and then this, and that, this. There. So harvest little bit by little bit. This'll be fine. Alright, so what is my overall goal for this playthrough? For that, we're gonna have to go to the achievements. As you can see, I have all the achievements but one. And this is the ultimate goal of the series. If I can get 500 citizens after year 200, this will be a success. And that's why I'll be putting this up every single Sunday, because I know for a fact that it's gonna take about 44 hours, if not a little slower. And as time progresses, I will indicate how you'll get certain achievements, what you would need for that, etc. So, because I have the school, I can't get the population of 300 citizens without building schools. The uneducated achievement. I could, however, get the educated achievement. I have a fully educated population of 200 adults for 4 years. Because I've started with a school, I started with people getting educated. So, if you're going for the uneducated, you'll have to start out your playthrough with that. And the same is for isolationist. Reach 300 citizens without building a trading post. Now, I just built a trading post, so I'm gonna fail this. However, a little tip, you could do these, isolationist and uneducated, in the same run. And I suggest you would do that, because both require 300 citizens. And once you have 300 citizens, start building schools, so you can shoot then for the educated one. Now, at the same time, you'll get your settlement, because you need to reach a population of 300 citizens. Easy. We'll get into this one a little later, because this is a shite one. A food variety, I just started using peaches as well. Minor mason, we haven't even begun with that yet. And this is just a matter of having enough woodcutters. We haven't gotten into this yet. We haven't gone into that yet. We haven't even built our first regular bridge yet. Immigrants, since I'm not going to use nomads, I won't be able to get this one this run. But since I already have it, oh well. These I actually got in my very first playthrough, and I didn't even notice, because I just had the health and happiness up to 5 out of 5. And apparently after 10 years, you would get this. And everything else, I'll just talk about as I get established. If you go for uneducated, isolationist, and tenor, or not tenor, but settlement, if you take 100 years to get there, you'll eventually also get the established achievement. Well, that's for later. So we're gonna struggle a little bit with wood for now, but that's fine. That's fine. Are we paused or are we playing? we were paused. So I built a couple more houses. As you see, I have 16 homes and 15 families. 17 homes and 15 families. As you can see, for a second there, this chimney wasn't working, so there was no one living there, but now there's someone living there. It's probably somebody alone, now living in one of the houses, or people that are simply too old to have children. As you see, we've got a male of 43 and a female of 42. They won't be living together because they weren't part of the same family. Alright, we have no builders left. We'll do 1,000 herbs. And there. Forestry. 2 more. 1 builder. 1 there. Everything except the herbalist is sorted. I'd say for now, it's a good time to stop. Aye, it's been an hour. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I will see you all next Sunday for more Banished. I'm gonna save this one. A new save. I've been the one with many voices. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up. It helps out a great deal. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.